Good morning, good morning. This is Jacqueline Richardson, Miss JJ Diamond, Jackie Deja, whatever y'all call me. Today I want to talk to y'all, especially Charlotte, North Carolina, and the whole state. And maybe it could be the whole South. I can't say the whole South because Maryland is in the South and they are not formulated the way y'all guys are, and they're in the South, so I can't say the South. But anyway, we're going to talk about some of these issues that people have. Some of them are created, okay, and some of them may be genetic. However, you guys need coping skills, okay? A lot of y'all don't know that I have ADHD. I wasn't diagnosed, but based on everything that I've researched and watched with my grandson, I've learned that I have the same disorder he has, okay? So that tells me that that disorder can be genetic. I learned how to cope because the times was different when I was coming up. I learned how to cope with certain things that y'all bring into the forefront now because y'all are so afraid. You know, we got some that's so afraid, and then we have some that's just at the point they don't care anymore. But we have to make a balance with it, okay? And the way some of these systems are set up, it can make it worse. So we have to find the coping skills for you guys to be able to deal with everyday life the way it's designed right now, okay? And even in the work world, okay? Like going to a building like Amazon and having ADHD, ODD, OCD, you will die mentally and physically, okay? So I say that to say you have to have coping skills. One big coping skill is to work out. ADHD is, how can I explain it? I want to explain it to where y'all understand it. You know how they say some people have a metabolism that works real fast? Well, the chemicals in our body works real fast. I mean, our brain is racing. Our body wants to race. Our body just wants to go, 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 go. So what we have to do is burn the energy off so we'll get tired. And most people that have ADHD, once they get tired, they go straight to sleep. There's no tossing and turning in the bed. I want to watch TV. Once they lay down, it's over. They sleep. Reason being is because the chemical reactions in the body has finally settled down and said, you're tired. Go to bed. With some people, the foods that we eat makes us move even faster. Okay? Makes the body work even better. Okay? That's why you notice a lot of athletes have been diagnosed with ADHD. They wonder, how can they do this? This is phenomenal. And a little bit down the line, it's been said, oh, you know, you got ADHD. Or they was diagnosed as a child and they just never brought it up. Counseling can also help. Therapy. See, I was one that always went to counseling. And it's not because I had ADHD. It was because of the situation with my little brother. I had to go to counseling. So I had to get some of that stuff off my chest so it won't affect the way my brain thinks. And this is what happens. Then from ADHD, you'll either shelter yourself or you'll get defiant. It's one or the other. And this is why I personally try to stay out of trouble. And I'm going to tell you why. Because either I'm the nicest person ever, or I'm going to take it overboard until somebody really gets hurt or even die, you know. And I know that. And my grandson is like that as well, you know. But you have to find a balance in between. What the government does, they medicate you to try to make the balance happen instead of making it happen naturally. But they forget you still need coping skills, because in between time, if you miss a pill or for some reason you lose your medication, it starts all over again. Or the medication, you're immune to the medication and it no longer works and it starts all over again. So you have to have those coping skills in between. The actuality of it is you really don't need medication if you learn the coping skills. I learned my coping skills not only through counseling. I learned my coping skills by learning God, by finding things that take my interest to a happy place. Even when I'm upset, I can put myself in a happy place without hurting myself or hurting someone else. And I personally do that with music. Okay, I listen to music and that takes me to a whole nother space, a whole nother world that nobody else is in. Just me. I like to reenact things, so that was comfortable for me. So I can listen to the music and reenact it and put myself in a place of even being on a stage sometimes. I could take my mind there. That's one of my coping skills. The other coping skill that I have is to dance, burn the energy off. Those chemical reactors be just going. You know, like I be out in the city of Charlotte sometime and they'll see me and I'll take off running. That's because my body is telling me I need to run because it's building and it's building. Those chemical reactors are building and it's saying, burn it off now, burn it off now. You got to burn it off now before it gets too high. So my body, I just run. They're like, what you running through the parking lot? I just needed to run. That's what I tell them. I'm not embarrassed about it because it's not something that I can't control. But when you have people around you that don't understand what you could possibly be going through, and instead of trying to get to the bottom of the issue, they look at you as being a problem. And that's what we want to learn to stop, okay? The thing about North Carolina is they don't look at people as having disabilities. They let people walk free, running around here, knowing that they have some type of issues that can be addressed, but they're not addressing them. They're not taking the proper procedures, the process of it. They're not doing none of that. They're just leaving it where it is and you're just a bad kid and that's it. People are not born to be bad children. It's a reason why they're doing whatever they're doing. And sometimes consequence is not always the thing that fixes it. You just make it worse. This state has to learn to get to the bottom of the issue. And those companies that's enacting within the destruction of these children should be shut down. And that's just the bottom line. I'm just going to give it to y'all straight. Y'all know I keep it 100 with everything that I say. Our kids is going through anxiety right here in the state of North Carolina. Why? They're children. They shouldn't have nothing to worry about other than getting up, going to school every day. But unfortunately, some of us as children have more responsibilities than adults. I know because I was one of them. While my parent was out doing whatever she was doing, I had to sit home and take care of my little brother. Then she appointed someone into our lives that was abusing us and molesting us and raping us. I mean, I don't think she did it intentionally. She just knew that eventually if she didn't stand up to the plate and appoint somebody to be there with us as a child, as us being children, that they was going to come in and take us. She tried her best. But the problem was she didn't ask for help. I get it, single mothers. Some of y'all ask for help and they don't even pay attention to you. I know because I just went through it. I went through a whole series of losing my daughter's father, not losing him to death, but he left. Dating 2 other men in the process, asking for help because I knew that I could not raise a teenage child by myself and work a full-time job. And everyone overlooked me and overlooked it. Everyone. And left me to do this by myself. I didn't fall victim to drugs. I didn't go out here and sell my body so I didn't have to go to work. I prayed to God every day and put that force, I'm trying to get what I want to call it. I put that force field. That Jesus force field around me. And I asked God, I said, as I go out here as a warrior, because no one wants to stand for me. Protect me through this, any means necessary. Because I might have to hurt somebody. And if I have to hurt somebody, where does that leave my child? So I get it, parents. I get it. I understand. This is not my first rodeo. I've been through this. My oldest child is 36. I was a single parent. But the only difference is, up north, we help each other. That's the difference. This stuff y'all got going on here, I don't know who taught y'all this stuff. We don't destroy, we uplift. That's the background that I came from. Why do my babies have anxiety? Social media. Social media shows them all the negative things. Certain things we shouldn't even be posting. Some stuff is demonic. But y'all post it and show it to them. To put fear in them. Granted, we don't want them walking around like nothing will happen to them. They need to know the truth. So they're not totally wrong. However, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. We say we love our children. How do we love our children when you're doing things to destroy them and making life harder for them? I posted today my grandmother. She was a member of the Negro League of Harlem. My grandmother was well known. She was a local celebrity. Such a local celebrity that they even used her church in New Jack City. We were hated in New York because of the power she had. We wasn't hated by the people. We was hated by the police. We were hated by those that should have been loving us, actually. Some things got swept up under the rug because of her power. Like my brother's death. But that's not something I'm going to stand for. As I move from state to state and I hold the power of her name. I'm tired of watching children die. I've been watching them die since I was 12. It was my kin.
I'm not ready to arm. Check your sensors. Arming, stay.
My mother, when she lost her mother.
Good evening.
Oh, you? I'm on a podcast. We'll kick it later. When I was coming up, and my mother would go run off, and I didn't have food to eat. I had to make a way to survive. At age 12. Can you imagine a 12-year-old having to go out and figure out how they're going to eat every day? And if I didn't go to school, there was no food. So going to school was my safety net. At least I know I eat when I get to school. The things that went on in my home gave me anxiety. And I already have ADHD where my mind is racing all the time. So where does that put me? I want you to think about it. How many kids right now in every city of this country, forget about this country, and other countries too, that has went through the same thing? Or is going through it right now? My car is acting up. Let me see. I need a new car so bad, y'all. That's what I'm saying. I'm struggling right along with y'all. Uh-oh. I don't know. I think I better go back. I'm not getting stuck nowhere. But you see my decision making? I had to learn that. You know. See, my car started acting up. And I said, you know what? I better go back home. Reason being, if the car break down, now I have to call the tow people. I'm going to be stuck out here, not being able to get my day done. So now I got to go back, see what's wrong with my car. I have to disappoint my daughter. I was supposed to pick her up. We were supposed to do lunch. Because something is not right with my car. You have to watch for the signs. Okay? My car acting up was a sign. For me to turn around, park this thing, and see what's wrong with it. I'm going to make a part 2 to this podcast because I have to get off of here, call my daughter, and try to see what's going on with this vehicle. But so I can finish talking about the ODD and the OCD. So y'all can get some coping skills on that as well. Y'all know who this is. This is JJ Diamond, Jackie, Deja. Whatever y'all call me, I'll talk to y'all in a bit.